We still doing it.
It's gonna be a lot of hate, but the hate probably gonna be real for this one for real.
Yeah. Hey,
Sure.
we welcome.
Man, we recording this on January 6th too, man.
Yeah.
You better make sure we strap up, man.
Hey, we gotta tell it how it is.
That's it, man. Speak the truth.
We speak the truth. Hey.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am.
Everybody is black. Everybody be asking my six out my land. Super singing this big as my daughter missing me. Brothers bullet repellent, they try to kill me for tax. Really your club, they ain't checking the stat. You ain't taking the set, you ain't taking the rap. Respect is in order, hate me better do it now. Root for everybody black. Haters say that's crazy. Wow. And your president is Trump.
What's up, and welcome back to Cover 2 with
BeeWoo
EarlKnowsItAll and BeeWoo. The 2024 season is finally over with, man. We got a lot to talk about today, man.
Yeah, man.
We definitely got to talk about your birds, man.
Yeah, man.
They did not fly south for the winter,
man. So many high hopes for the season.
Yeah, man.
And if you're a Falcon fan, you really come to expect this as a Falcon.
I'm about to say, I mean, really what we could do, we could start recording and just play the video back from last year's time, man.
If you're a Falcons fan here in January 6th, man, this is what we are accustomed to.
Yeah.
And I know I'm a long-time Falcon fan. You jumped off the train.
That's why I'm not. Days like today and Sunday is why I'm not a Falcon fan.
And you just, it just, not a good feeling today across the city.
No,
I mean, even in the Saints not handling their business for you, you get, you don't even handle your own business. So
still fell short. Maybe that's the silver lining, man. I guess we can go ahead and get into it. We're going to get these old ain'ts out the way, man. They ain't good for nothing, man. As you just stated, man, the Bucs win the South with a victory over the Saints, man. That game was kind of touch and go for a long time, too.
It really was.
Saints jumped out on them, looked like they may win it.
It really was.
And
it really was. And as I was watching that game, I'm just knowing, man, it just had a good feeling, man.
Yeah.
Man, I really couldn't even root for the Saints, man. I'm like, this is how you know. Hey, if you ever want to know if you hate something, that was a great prime example.
That's true.
To show you,
That's
man,
true.
you really do not like this team. Like,
that's
if you ever want
off your nose to spite your face, man.
Hey, if you ever want to know what hate means, I went through that yesterday because I'm sitting there watching this game and I'm like, man, I can't cheer for these folks, man. Like, I don't care. Like that Florida League, I can't root for it, man. And that's a true sign of hate.
Before the week even got going, I saw that sentiment a lot online. Like, man, I don't even care if they go to the playoff because I can't. I mean, that was what a lot of people feel.
And I'm sitting here looking at the Bucs, because I do kind of like the Bucs.
Yeah.
They're I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of the Bucs, but I had rooting interest back in the Sean.
True. And they weren't in the Falcon division back then. So when they first started getting good with Warren Sapp, Derrick Brooks, Ward Dunn, all them, they was in Green Bay in the division. So you could like them and as an up and coming team.
So, but I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and I'm rooting, and I know what I need to be. My mind said, "Hey, this is what you need to be focused on."
Me and BeeWoo watched the game yesterday with a host of others, man. And at one point, Spencer Rattler trying to get out the pocket and run, and BeeWoo scream, "Hit him! Hold on, man! No, you don't need him to get hit."
Exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly. Man. So man,
like muscle memory,
right? Yeah, it programmed to not like the Saints, man. And even if it's in your favor.
True. It was living proof, man.
So if you got hate in your heart, that game right there shows you.
Yeah, man.
You know,
real thing.
Yeah.
And you know, now like you said, I don't hate the Bucs as much as I hate the Saints. I ain't a Falcons. I hate the Saints though, most definitely. Yeah. You got to give a shout out to Baker Mayfield, man. The way that touchdown he threw to kind of put the game away, scrambling out the pocket. He made a big run on the 4th down play. Like, even though he is very obnoxious, it seems like, but if you got him on your team, man, he's a guy. He gonna fight. He gonna show up, man.
He's gonna. And you just watching the game, and you know, shout out Demo. He said, you know, man, I already knew that, you know, Baker wasn't gonna, and he ain't gonna let us down. He said, hey, wait till the end of the game, and you know, and I'm sitting here listening to this, and I'm like, he ain't lying.
Man, I was hoping for a miracle, man, a late Christmas miracle, or early New Year's miracle, whatever you want to call it, man. Because I mean, the Saints looked like they had it going, but it really was lining up for it really to be just a heartbreak. Because Saints blow the game at the end, man. Enough about the Saints and the Bucs.
Yeah,
we got to get to the big game, man. The Falcons lose in overtime again, 2nd straight week. This time to the Carolina Panthers, man. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, where do we start at, man? Where do we start?
Man, you know, I can't really. It's so many places, that you can, you know.
One of the people, me and you talked about this. Jimmy Lake seems to be a guy, the defense coordinator of Falcons. People want to see gone.
I think he's going to be the one that
he's going to be the scapegoat.
I think he's going to be the scapegoat, and you know, you got to start somewhere.
That's true.
You got to point at, you know, as an organization, you got to point the finger somewhere, and you give up 44 points to the Carolina Panthers. That's unacceptable. So that's where.
Now, earlier we talked about Bryce Young getting benched, and we was like, we hope the best for him. Maybe he can get to a good situation. The Falcons, man, single-handedly just made this man like have another year, definitely as a quarterback.
I mean, he's done this twice to the Falcons.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row, he's done this to him, and
man,
it's, you know, Monday here as we sit here talk. You know, you guys get this Tuesday, but you know, Bryce Young was out there having a field day. He was dancing and running.
With Steph Curry, man. Hold on, I think I can pull this clip up, man. At one point, this man went out there and he threw it like a pass, and it was like, hey, man, you know, whatever. You know, we're gonna just let the ball fly and see what happens, man.
Yeah, man. I mean,
that's how wide open the man was.
He was having too much fun yesterday.
He most definitely.
And you know, at the hands of the Falcons again. I think we might be keeping around.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely. Most definitely. Yeah. I mean, if you look at this play, this man throws the ball and then just turns away and says it's a touchdown. I heard, but that's how open he was. You see the other angle, from the end zone.
Yeah.
What kind of coverage is this, man?
Yeah.
Is that cover zero? We cover two. Right, that's cover zero supposed to be an all-out blitz.
Like that's enough for that. That is so disrespectful, man. To see that, like that's how you know that he's under no pressure at all. To sit there and just turn around and like, hey, touchdown. I know that's a touchdown.
Yeah,
like he had too much fun.
Curry
he had too much fun, and you know,
this man was dejected. Like we didn't know them folks had him on Raising Cane's or whatever. Like they had him on the meme saying he gonna be working at a fast food restaurant next year. And look at how he ends his season, man. With that kind of bravado against you.
Right.
Coming into your building when you needed this game. That's the performance you put out there.
It's unacceptable, man. And I don't know, you know, what more can you say about the Falcons as an organization? Like, what are they gonna do? You know, if it has to stop somewhere, because you've been on this side too long.
7 years in a row now, man.
7 years in a row. Carolina Panthers come in with 4-12, and they put 44 points up.
And here's my thing. It's been different quarterbacks. It's been different coaches. It's been different uniforms. Everything has been different.
Different stadiums.
And you still have the same result each and every year, man. I heard folks saying the Falcons curse.
And you say that, and that's what I was just going to ask you, man. Like, is that true?
Man, I don't believe in
all these people, like, you know,
man.
all these people really curse because, like, you can't make this stuff up that's happening.
They find ways to lose, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's just because we so close to it, but, you know, we watch everybody in the NFL, so
yeah,
it seemed like the Falcons find the, like, worst ways to, like, blow games.
Every
and
time.
Blow the season. You 6-3, man.
6-3. You won 2 more games.
At one point, we both picked the Falcons to win this division. They 6-3, and at that point, we saying, okay, like, can they? You know, they 2 games behind Detroit at that point, and we talking about, like, all right, man, can they kind of position themselves? They beat Philly already. They got the tiebreaker with them. This is the conversation we was having, and these folks are 6-3, and now finish the season 8-9 out the playoffs. It's like, man, come on. There's nowhere in the world they should have lost this division.
There's nowhere in the world. I mean, even the biggest Falcon haters were saying, "Yo, y'all won the division. Y'all got it. Yeah, y'all got it. Y'all don't beat Tampa twice. You know, I mean, like, how do you muffle, you know, up the season like that? Only the Falcons can do it, man. If it's a way to be a disaster, the Falcons can do it. And you know, only thing somebody was saying, only thing that could have been worse is Tampa Bay would have lost.
That's the one like the Saints. Thankfully, it was the Saints. They weren't gonna come through. Yeah. But if the Saints would have beat them folks, and then you lose in overtime, with everything right in front of you again, that would have been like, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
People definitely, everybody would have been crying for everybody's job.
I mean, it really is really it's Falcon-ness, man.
Yeah,
it is Falcon-ness fashion, and you know, it's hard to be a Falcons fan, man. They make it very hard. I don't care what coaching staff is here, you know, anything. But hopefully, you know, with the young man, things can get turned around.
Yeah.
And you know, we've said this so many times. Coming in.
But it's a little different though with Penix. I will say this, and I think I saw this stat. The Falcons yesterday was the first team in NFL history with 3 players under 24 or 24 and under, with 300 yards passing, 180 yards receiving, 170 yards rushing. Now, you can make up stats, of course, but it just shows you the youth and the talent that they got, though. So, I mean, how are you feeling about the future, man? Because the one thing, even though it was a shot in the dark once they let Kirk Cousins intercept the season away, but I was kind of excited because, like, when they played that Giants game, it was like, this is the first time I was like, I got to see this Falcon game in a long time, man. I want to see what Michael Penix had. He didn't disappoint. He had some rookie mistakes throughout some of the games. He had some folks that didn't help him at times. Yeah. But I think everybody can agree that quarterback that looks like he is the guy of the future for you. Mm-hmm. You got a running back in and Bijan Robinson finished 3rd in rushing. Mm-hmm. Had a breakout year this year. Drake London, I think, was 4th in receiving yards, had 1,200 yards. You got in your 3 positions that you kind of need, much like talk about the Cowgirls all the time. Right. Many moons ago when they had Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin, you kind of got the triplets now. Can you put some around them, though? And do you trust front office, the ownership, the coaching staff, any of those people? Do you trust them to make something happen for you?
Well, I mean,
you got some of the weapons in place,
and I think that's where you look to the future with what you've done here. As being made people, mad today. Yeah, they want to see a lot of people fired. They want to see Terry Fontenot fired mainly. When you look at the future, Raheem. But when you look at the future, and just like you mentioned, the things that are put in place, you got your running back. Yep. You got your wide receiver. Yep. You got your quarterback. You got things, and all pretty much in the same genre of coming in together, for as contract wise. Yep.
You got them locked up at least on rookie contracts right now.
Right. So when you look at the future, that side looks good.
Yeah.
should look good. Yeah, I heard Penix really wasn't had time.
Yeah, I heard him say he talked about him in London, him and Drake London's relationship. He was like, I've been throwing him the ball for 3 weeks. So like just think about what we can do going forward.
Right.
So and I seen a clip of Drake London after the game, like, oh, it's gonna be up next year. Right?
I seen that when they were walking back to the sideline. But I'm not ready. For like go back to what you were saying about the front office.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to see Fontenot exit. I feel you on that. And it's not just because he looks like me.
No,
I think he has done some good things.
He's hit on every pick pretty much, picks except for one. Yeah, and that's picks. I mean, and
I can't even say he didn't hit on picks because your guy Matt Ryan, he was a Pro Bowler. So I can't say he even
Yeah, I mean he showed some flashes at some point.
And then you go away and get your boy out of New England, Judon. I mean, that looked like a good move.
They get a E for effort, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
they're trying to put the piece in place.
Right. So I mean, who to say that this is not?
Everybody was happy with that Judon move.
Right. And Simmons is just not playing. I really.
Now, part of it may be that those teams let those guys go when they did because they knew they ain't got nothing else left in the tank.
It very well could be. But, I mean, when you look at a team we need a pass rush. No. He went and did all that, it is something, and it goes back to this organization curse because it is something, man. Like
I don't think they curse.
It is something because even everybody was mad about the Michael, and saying we should have got defense.
Well, see, that wasn't even the thing though.
He went back and got defense in those rounds.
This was my argument, and I seen somebody else say this. I like Michael Penix. I think that was a good pick. I think you should have been confident enough that if we draft this guy, we're going to be all right with him. We're going to grow with him. And don't sign Kirk Cousins to that contract. Because now you got $90 million that could have been used for something else. Well, and maybe you're not picking up Judon during preseason. Maybe you're going to get a real guy that can still go right now. That's the only argument I got. And I think, for me, that's the only reason I would question if Terry should still be the GM. But, again, I don't think the one who had a call and bring Kirk Cousins in. So, and it goes back to the mystery, man. And see, this is the problem with the Falcons, man.
Not in hands-on operations.
Listen, man. I heard Carl Dukes on the radio talking about, no. He's not. No. I'm there every week.
Yeah.
Listen, Carl.
Yeah.
We know what time it is, man.
Yeah.
Rich McKay, he got the man ill. That's the one constant. He the only one. He's been here since Arthur Blank got here, man.
Yeah.
He went and got him from Tampa Bay, and he's been the only guy.
Yeah.
The Metro office going, like we said, new coaches, new GM, new. Rich McKay is the only guy, man.
Yeah. I mean, he's the mystery man in the room, and that's really not a mystery. Like
exactly.
You can try to shoot it down all you want, but that definitely, even when Falk was bringing in, exiting out Smith, he wasn't at.
Who was at the press conference? That was I wish I could have called in.
Yeah.
Who was at the press conference? It was Arthur Blank and it was Rich McKay. Yeah. Now, Rich McKay in the press conference is saying, I don't make any decisions. Why is the guy who made the decision not here?
Why are you here? And then when the backlash comes from it, you fall back and say, "Hey, it wasn't me. I don't got nothing to do with it."
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of shadiness,
throwing rocks and hiding hands, man.
Going on, and it's unfortunate that
But I think Terry, he's hit on the draft picks, man. We just rattled off all them draft picks he done made and the bright future they got. And I think you got to give Raheem a chance to kind of run pains as well. I will say Raheem probably needs to temper down some of the I ain't gonna say confidence with it, but like some of the statements he made, like talking about, oh, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the bad quarterback play. Now they like might not be here because of bad quarterback play, my guy. Like, don't set yourself up. That's the only thing I'm saying. But he got to be himself too. So
I mean,
I'm not mad at the company.
I don't think that was, a statement, man, he made. I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
Arthur Smith, he's not he if he had a better quarterback, and that goes back to even when he was here.
I got a lot of Steelers fans in my life, and they are saying, why did y'all put Arthur Smith on us? And they was loving Russ a couple weeks ago. So
but it still is on headed off,
in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, And maybe that's Tomlin, thing.
Yeah.
But Russ is Russ. Some of you Steelers fan might not like that, but Russ is where he is in his career.
That's true.
And that's what he is. But I mean, if not, then you got Justin Fields out there that y'all hadn't lost with him. So
switch the rule.
So y'all hadn't lost with Fields, and I just think back to Fontenot, man. I'm not ready to fire him. We've had coaches here for GMs here for an extended amount of time, and
Rich McKay, he got promoted up.
Yeah, even
Mitroff stayed for a long time.
The Mitroff stayed for a long time. You would think after the Super Bowl debacle, that would have been
everybody.
That would have been did for everybody the next day, but those guys continued on, and Dimitrov missed on a lot of draft.
That's what a
lot of draft.
I agree with you 100%. So, he was picking first round busts left and right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Jamal Anderson was his or Rich McKay, but one of them, the fake Jamal Anderson.
Right. Right.
Tat McKinley.
Let's So that's where I'm at. So like when I want to say, hey, let's get rid of a lot of guys.
I agree with you.
Outstayed. They're welcome, and we can go ahead and take it into the next segment. But a lot of guys.
Why? Why calling for Raheem and Terry's job, man? Speaking of which, man, the Patriots right game. I think I texted you when I was on the way home. Like, man, or you text me. I heard it on the way home. Jerod Mayo got fired after one season, man.
Yeah,
one season with that sorry, good for nothing roster that they gave.
Right.
Quarterback, no kind of nothing. Obviously, the greatest coach of all time just went 4-12 with that same roster.
Mm-hmm.
And they fired him after 1 year, man.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard an explanation that makes sense to me. I know Bob Kraft put out his little statement saying, well, I feel like I'm a steward of fans, and if the fans aren't happy, it's like, what? So you saying because the fans weren't happy with the job? Sir, y'all are in New England, Boston.
Yeah.
You think the fans gonna be thing Jerod Mayo do? Short of a Super Bowl, that man not even happy with a Super Bowl for him.
Right. And,
come on,
and,
man.
And like I said, Jerod Mayo, first year coach.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Any coach, first year, it's a lot.
Listen,
you can't put together.
You got to get your staff together. You got to implement what your process is gonna be, man. Get players in first and foremost. Y'all didn't go get nobody, so
no.
How is it gonna be a difference?
I
mean, that's crazy, man.
Crazy. You haven't given the guy a chance
at all
to get anything in place.
And shout out to Grunk too. I saw Grunk made a statement when they came out. He was like, "This is stupid. Like, how do you expect this guy to do anything in 1 year?" Right. Furthermore, and he pointed to a guy who went 1-15 in his first year, Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
And went on to win 2 Super Bowls. Now, that's not saying Jerod Mayo was going to win 2 Super Bowls or not, but you going to fire a guy after 1 year when he's coming in trying to change a losing. Y'all been having losing seasons since Tom Brady was gone.
Since Brady was gone.
Like, what do you expect? You know? Y'all don't went to Cam Newton, Mac and Cheese, Mac Jones, whatever the name was, man. Now you got Drake Mayo.
Yeah.
Drake May. So you got going on. This man supposed to make something happen.
In 18 games. That's Patriots. That is not fair. Again, at all. It might be the American way.
It's definitely American. It's very patriotic.
Very patriotic of them.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean,
and to me, it just proves like we saw all these years of how the Patriot way, the Patriots are the organization. To me, it was Tom Brady, man. It was Tom Brady the whole time.
That was it.
Tom Brady left there. He went and won in Tampa Bay and put some stuff into place where Tampa is still winning divisions. They still got a coach that's they still rolling without him, man. That's it.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, New England is what they was before he got there.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all may be too young to remember. New England was nobody ever wanted to go play there. No. They had that 1 year with Bledsoe that they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And when Bill Parcells was there. That's it, though. They've been trash my whole life.
Right. Yeah.
They went to the Super Bears, but other than that,
yeah,
they a little blip. Think about this, because a lot of y'all talk crap about the Falcons. They went to a couple Super Bowls, but other than that, nobody. I mean, it was like, okay, they're gonna win 6 or 7 games every year.
Yeah. The Patriots.
That's it.
Yeah. The Patriots is a real bad trash organization.
Yeah, man. And they are still a trash.
And they still are, post Brady. They've not, and not done anything. Brady. And they were netting before Brady, 80s, man, the Patriots was
I can't even name who was a Patriots player that you wanted to be like,
and it behoves me to see how many Patriot fans just all of a sudden pop.
I know a couple Patriots fans
like it's all of a sudden talking about they've been Patriots fans, and this now if you in your 20s, maybe, maybe
all you knew was the Patriots.
Yeah. But anybody over 35. Or
40, like you know what I'm talking
like you ain't been no Patriots fan. So man,
it's crazy.
Yeah. So no, you couldn't have been.
Nah, man,
you couldn't have been.
Nah,
and it's just.
But I mean, like I said, karma's a real thing, man. So they fired that man, and like you said, we was talking about. I seen a clown like, all these DEI hires. I'm glad they're getting them out of there. I said, okay, man, But it made me wonder, like, was Kraft trying to do like, let me just hire this guy?
Let me just hire this guy,
it's gonna fit the quota or whatever. We can say we hired a black coach, like,
and that's what it looks like.
Because it don't make no sense.
That's exactly what it looks like to me. And hey Mayo, bring him on in. We'll take him. And what else?
I mean, the defense was pretty decent, man.
Right.
And he was defensive coordinator. They were pretty good. So
we'll take him. This is a hire that like you said, it looks like one of those hires just to meet a quota.
Yeah,
and like nobody. I can't name one coach, and I'm sure it's probably have been some, but that's a very rarity.
1 year?
The 1 year.
Like you had, they would have.
I don't even know if it's been done at the pro level. I'm trying to think.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm sure somebody coming, but look at. We've been talking about the Detroit Lions. How much you like them?
Yeah.
Detroit. Dan Campbell. As much as everybody loves Dan Campbell, he was 0-10-1 his first 11 games. Only won 3 games that first season. So if they would have fired him after the first game, first season, would they be reaping the benefits of what they did last year? Number 1 seed, and all this stuff. Like, you got to give a guy a shot, man. If you're going to hire, it don't even make sense as an organization to hire somebody for 1 year and then be like, you really just setting yourself up.
You wasted a lot of time.
Everybody's time.
You wasted a lot of time.
Everybody's time.
I think you even might have set the organization back.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you get it down on this one street, and then you just
we got to hit reverse turn back. Let's go see. And I heard or hearing them say maybe Mike Vrabel is the coach. He was available last year if you wanted him.
Yeah, and
that still don't even make sense.
That's what makes this look even more weird. Like, let's just get this off the books.
Yeah,
let's go ahead.
It's crazy.
Let's just go ahead and do it.
One theory was he won that game on Sunday. It was dropping him from the first pick to the fourth pick,
and that's what got.
That's why he got fired. I'm coaching the game. First and foremost, it's players out there. Like what?
It's players out there
now, with betting and gambling and all that. You want us to throw the game? I guess is what you're saying. Like for real deal, throw the game. Like we just gonna take a knee every play.
Yeah, right. So I might as well guys don't even. We'll forfeit the game.
Mind you, Buffalo didn't even play they guys, so it's like you might as well just forfeit. Call the NFL. Ain't gonna be able to make it today.
Yeah. And I mean, I hear people saying tank for this, tank for that, but you got guys out there,
who got to get some on film next for this game. It may get them a contract next year. You can the players don't care nothing about tanking.
No,
the coaches obviously Jerod Mayo don't care nothing about tanking. I might not be here next year, so what I care about getting you a hot pick?
Yeah,
I got to make sure I can show my good at right here.
Yeah,
because somebody's gonna look at this film and see, oh.
Yeah,
so
he did.
That don't even make sense.
He did X, Y, Z.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
It don't make sense. And shame on the Patriots.
Yeah, man, and it's like I said, we named Jimmy Johnson and Dan Campbell. When will black coaches get a fair shake in the NFL, man? Right here in Atlanta, we hear people saying, I heard folks on the phone after that game, Raheem can't coach. How would you know? He's coached this team 1 year.
Yeah.
I didn't hear nobody calling for Arthur Smith's job after 1 year.
No, and you gotta give us. No, and they pretty much after we lost, after the bye week, they've been calling for Raheem's job since the bye week. Scratch the timeouts. They have not given this guy a fair shot.
And they should have hired
Belichick. Come on, people.
Nobody hired Belichick. Nobody college right now.
Yeah, nobody hired Belichick.
So and he just went 4-12. We just talked about, man. Yeah. So if he's so great, why he ain't turned the Patriots around?
Right.
Why Jerod Mayo had a job? And that's no disrespect to Belichick and what he's done, but he's 74 years old, man. And the last couple years did not prove that he should have been here.
No, and he had a quarterback, brought in a quarterback. He picked
all that they got on their team, man.
Yeah, so come on, man.
Yeah, it's just, hey, I said last week I was flying solo. I don't want to offend your political connects. I don't know how you feel. This is black. I mean, this to keep it real show, man.
Keep it real show. It's not a black and white issue.
No,
it's
wrong or right.
It's wrong. Yeah.
If you're gonna give one guy a chance, man, you got to give it. It's a reason why the Rooney Rule is in place still in 2025. It's a reason why you got to go through making sure these guys actually get interviews. We got to make sure you interview somebody because it's the good old boys club, man.
Yeah,
they're gonna keep retreading these coaches who, look, Aaron Rodgers get Paul Hackett hired on as an office court. Like they're gonna get their guys in there.
Pretty much the American.
It don't matter. Josh McDaniels stunk it up in Denver. What he do? He go get another job with the Raiders. Go get a job. Like they gonna keep giving you chances.
Yeah.
Raheem Morris started off in Tampa Bay, 10-6 his first year.
Yeah, out there doing.
They cut salaries and got rid of guys. Struggled and look how long he had to wait to become a head coach. Yeah. And now folks are saying, "Oh, he ain't qualified to be a head coach."
Yeah.
After 1 year. Come on, man.
After 1 year.
Come on,
like
man.
You said, taking it back to the Tennessee, that was maybe 15, maybe 12 years ago, probably more than
that.
So it's been a long time. And he was, he bounced around here, bounced around there, doing things.
Yeah.
But
had like a coordinator for all this time.
A lot of other guys have been given shots and chances and plugged in here and plugged in there.
I'm seeing reports. John Gruden. Now, may not be true. Maybe he putting this out there, but John Gruden is supposed to be a candidate.
And Bill Parcells, too, for the Jets. So
Bill Parcells is 177 years old.
Are we really doing this?
John Gruden ain't won that. He won one time with Tony. And never has one person got so much tread on the top off of somebody else's team, man.
Yeah.
This man done said he called Roger Goodell a maggot, but not a maggot though. In an email, like he done him to be a coach.
Yeah.
But Jerod Mayo got to go after 1 year. We talking about Raheem Morris don't need a job. Last year we was talking about is Mike Tomlin gonna get fired? Never had a losing season ever, man. And people in Pittsburgh say, we got to get rid of Mike Tomlin. What? Come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all, it's just keep it real show, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. I mean,
what are we doing?
It's crazy. It is pretty obvious.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's pretty obvious. Like, it's written right. It's right here.
There you go. In black and white.
It's right here in black and white. And keep it real. So we can't keep it no really. Like if you want to be real about it, hey, that's what it is. When we gonna get a black coach?
Hey, man. Yeah, I gotta do better.
Yeah.
Now we got to talk about this big game, historic game, man. The Vikings and Lions. I didn't even realize this until I was watching it. First time ever 2 14-win teams played against each other in NFL history. Man. Of course, we got the extra game there, but even with it, nobody was ever 14-1 playing each other the last game of the season. And needless to say, man, your Lions. Well, I guess this might be the B Bowl, man, the BeeWoo Bowl.
Man,
you like the Lions?
I like both of these teams, and when I woke up and I scored it, I was like, what happened? And man, the game did not turn out to be what it was expected.
Nah, it was a old fashioned butt.
It didn't turn out to be what is expected.
And it's crazy. Like I said, I it was 9-10 when I fell asleep on it. I cut it off at 9-10. I think third quarter they on the fourth down. Didn't get it, and I was like, oh well, man. Yeah, they trying to keep too many field goals. This probably ain't gonna work for them. Yeah, but never did I think it would be 31-9.
No, and they when I was watching it, they had your boy Jefferson locked up. Yeah, the defense of the Detroit Lions was defending.
It was.
They was all over, Jefferson last night. Sam Darnold looked real pedestrian,
like Sam Darnold. Back to life, back to reality.
Yeah. So I mean, the Detroit Lions, man, they did.
I've been doubting y'all for the past month or so. I guess month and a half. I predicted last week that Minnesota was gonna win, but I guess Detroit shut me up, man. Yeah, but I will say. Man, much like the Falcons or whoever you say. I ain't gonna even say much like the Falcons. The Falcons don't have some playoff runs and stuff. I still don't believe that the Detroit Lions can win a Super Bowl, man. It just sounds crazy hearing that.
Yeah, it does sound real crazy saying that and hearing that, and
they got a bad squad though, man.
They do. They really do. Man, I think they're gonna. I still think they're gonna come up short. I just don't see, even with Gibbs guy coming in last night.
It's a bad boy, man.
When he went 3
TDs, 4 TDs, I think.
4 TDs, 3 or 4 TDs. He did his thing, but I think Goff and the talent, like they got a lot of, they got a lot of things in place.
I'm glad you said the name, Jerod Goff. I saw Jerod Goff. It was like a punt, I guess. After that fourth down play, got the ball back, and the first play he just threw the ball up.
Yeah.
To a Minnesota defender, like right there. Like,
I don't see. I
can't trust him yet.
Yeah, I don't see the Detroit Lions winning the Super Bowl.
You think that? I guess we'll do predictions later on the playoffs, but yeah. I mean,
I don't see it this year.
Yeah.
I just can't fathom it.
They had so many injuries too, man. Montgomery, your guy's gone. Yeah. Jameer Gibbs went crazy.
And I think Dan Campbell's gonna probably wind up getting in his own way.
Ooh, see, that's what I said.
I mean, you gotta play with that edge.
We call him Dan Quinn 2.0 for a reason.
You gotta play. You gotta play with that. You gotta play with that edge. But I think
because I don't root for the Lions, I kind of like to see what he be doing though, man.
Like, yeah, I mean,
he's fearless.
He's very, very interesting.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I think Rod.
I rooted for him.
Rod might take a little,
I don't know about that.
a little page out of his book, man. and you know, like I heard this young lady this morning on my way in. Rod kind of has a coaching with a little fear of not messing up, or like you got to have that Dan Campbell, Dan Quinn 2.0 kind of edge, because yesterday I was looking at, I'm like, man, we gotta go for this 2-point conversion, and then you do it, don't. But like the way this defense is looking, you might want to go ahead and try to see. Yeah,
King Morris has a wife at home, and he would like to continue to be paid.
But
have a job. So
I mean,
they would have went for 2 and not got it. But you think these folks mad about what's going on now?
Yeah, but
I mean,
sometimes you got to do.
You can't coach scared. I
agree. You can't coach scared.
I agree, man. I like that about that.
You can't coach scared.
Yeah, I like.
You can't coach scared.
Yeah. Now everything is set as far as the playoffs are concerned, man. Detroit won the first seed in the NFC with their win. Vikings fall all the way down to number 5 now. They'll have to take on the Los Angeles Rams out in LA. The Bucs get the Commanders in their game, and of course,
right. I can see the Bucs with it.
Yeah. We got a rematch between the Eagles, the Packers from Week 1, and Jordan Love. I guess we'll see what happened with him. He hurt it in the game yesterday, and then the Lions got the bye week in the NFC, man. So some pretty good games, good matchups, man.
Pretty good. Good, interesting matchups.
I think all of them could go either way.
Except
for my Eagles, man. But
it's going to be a very entertaining weekend.
Man, I got to get on my soapbox for a minute. I was feeling real good about them, and you was just saying you don't think the Lions going to make it. They were the team I had before this week was going to be the team to beat the NFC. But, man, they set everybody, and specifically set Barkley with a chance to go get their record. And I think Saquon, even though he said he didn't care about the record, I think he wanted to get the record. I think the team wanted him to get the record, of course. And the fact that Sirianni, who is on the hot seat too, from what I hear, may get fired if they get beat in the first round. The fact that he decided to sit him, I think it messes up the momentum, man. Why even? I know you don't want nobody to get hurt.
Can't play scared.
Can't play scared, man.
You can't play
football,
scared.
man. You
can't
get hurt
scared.
in practice. You get hurt walking out your house, man. You hurt your hamstrings. Like, you got to go out there and go take it, man. And Tampa Bay, at the end of the game,
that's
winning got the record for their guy.
Yeah, and I was just hoping that thing just blew up in their face.
Pink sticks, where you at? Run it back.
I was just hoping that blew up in their face.
Yeah.
But it goes back to you got to be a risk taker, man.
You do.
And Baker Mayfield is a guy. He plays with their edge. Like he's gonna try to get. He ain't gonna
the whole. And
he's gonna let you down.
Look at how they team celebrate. They acted like they just won the Super Bowl. Like these guys on the team who won the Super Bowl, but they celebrate for their guy.
Yeah,
and I could have just galvanized the Eagles team going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's like a wet rag on the flame, man. Like, we first ain't played in 3 weeks, and now you got to play Green Bay, who Green Bay is a formidable opponent, man.
Yes.
Why set yourself up for that?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You're absolutely right. I mean, these games coming up this weekend, it can go either way.
Yeah,
it's gonna be very interesting. Yep. This is the best drama on television,
man. Soap opera, man.
The best
script writers do a wonderful job.
They do a great job. The NFL do a great job at writing these scripts, man.
Yes, sir. And then, of course, in the AFC, man, you got the Chiefs who wound up wrapping up the 1 seed. They had already done that last week, and they, I'll say, they laid down and let the Broncos get into the playoffs. The 7 seed. Chargers won their game, so they made it as well. Pittsburgh lost to Cincinnati. So they end up being the 5 seed, and Baltimore is the 3 seed, and of course the 2 seed is Buffalo. So you got an interesting matchup with Buffalo and Denver. I think they should probably handle their business. The Ravens and Chargers will be interesting, man. Harbaugh Bowl Part 2. Like, I think they can go either way, man. Now John usually beats Jim, so it seems, but
I think
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and
make a proclamation, man.
I'm gonna lock the Ravens in.
Okay.
As the team that I'm gonna ride with for these playoffs.
Yeah. Welcome on
outside, man. You an Eagles fan.
Nah, man. Anybody knows me knows I've been a Ravens fan
I think,
since 2000.
I would like to see Lamar and Henry.
Get
it done.
Man, I know we done beat this for forever about this MVP thing too, but Lamar finished the season with 4,000 yards passing, over 40 touchdowns, 900 yards rushing, only 4 interceptions, and people saying he's not the MVP. Those are John Madden football numbers, man. I ain't played Madden in a long time, but you was hard pressed unless you created a player, unless you had Michael Vick.
Right.
To throw 4,000 yards in the season and almost rush for 1,000 yards, 40 touchdowns and only 4 turnovers. That's crazy. And it's a debate about who the MVP gonna be. Come on, man. And shout out to Josh Allen. He had a good season. Shout out to Saquon. The only person I would have said is Saquon if he would have got the record. Just could have got the record for that team. Yeah. Nah, man. Y'all, don't play around with Lamar. Matter of fact, as a Ravens fan, the resident Ravens fans, if BeeWoo tried to come on my block, but I'm a Ravens fan. Everybody knows that. I hope they don't give him the MVP, man. So maybe he'll play with a little edge and
with a little
be
chip.
ready to. Yeah. Give him a little chip on the road, man. Third to win his third MVP,
man. Those I didn't know that was was the stats.
Yeah,
those are phenomenal.
Yeah,
and when you look at it, man, there's
never been done before.
Yeah, those are madness. Numbers like you would have to create a player to get that.
Pretty much so, man.
Get that kind of status,
Yeah, man. But Lamar, I'm with you on that, man. I'm riding with the Ravens in the AFC.
Yeah.
And then what's the other game? My 4-5 game, the Steelers take on the who do the Steelers got as the 5 seed? The Steelers are the 5 seed. My bad. They take on the Houston Texans. Yeah, I mean, Houston, they kind of in that division where they've been winning it. CJ Stroud them kind of came back a little bit this year, but anything can happen.
Right.
I haven't looked at the TV schedule yet, but I guarantee you the first game at 12 o'clock on Saturday is gonna be Houston.
Yeah,
like it is every year.
Right.
Maybe they give them a little love with the Steelers playing, but I think that could be an interesting game. The Steelers have lost 3-4 in a row.
They lost their last 4 games.
They had to play. Like Baltimore, they had to play. Philly, they had to play. All these tough teams, man. Cincinnati was hot.
Yeah.
That's a hard way to go, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see what they can do. But, maybe I think the Steelers maybe want it done.
I mean, with the Texans, man, they kind of fizzled out a little bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's going to be an interesting game to watch.
Shout out to D'Amico Ryan and Mike.
But that's going to be an interesting game. Even though you're saying it might be the early game, but it's still. I think it's going to be.
You got a lot of good games, man.
Yeah.
I think the only game I'm probably not.
Those two teams are probably pretty much evenly matched.
Yeah. I mean, I think Buffalo, Denver may be.
Buffalo's. I think
Buffalo should handle their business.
Yeah, I think Bo Nix comes back down to reality.
Bo Nix been looking like Joe Montana Elway, Tom Brady, all of them mixed in one, man.
Yeah.
Yesterday against the B team, he was 18 for 18 to start the game.
I think he will come back down to reality.
I think so too. I done seen enough. Bo Nix was in college for 27 years, so I've seen enough of him to know.
Yeah, I think he comes back down to reality.
This may be fool's gold, man.
Yes,
and I only want bad things to happen to Sean Payton too. So there you go, man.
I think he comes back down to reality.
Yeah, but it should be a jam-packed wild card weekend, though, man. We of course will be giving you guys a recap of what happens in that, man. I guess first and foremost, thank you guys for joining us this whole season too, man. It's been a great season.
Been exciting ride. For us Falcon fans, it's been the same ride.
We're gonna start some kind of group for the Falcons fans, man.
AA
group or something. Yeah.
Nevertheless, it has been exciting.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys for watching. appreciate you guys for asking, you know, and trying to get locked in.
Yeah.
Viewership is up and
steadily growing.
It's steadily growing.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you guys for all of that.
Yeah.
You know, and
if you rocking with us and you appreciate we know the best way to show your appreciation is tell somebody who may not know about us too.
Yeah, tell somebody.
Share.
Yeah, let's get these thumbs up and locked in. You know, like and we like I said, we appreciate everything you guys said about the show, asked about the show, cried about the show, the viewers of the show, all that. We appreciate it. And I ain't forget about you haters. We appreciate you. We appreciate y'all too.
Yes, sir.
We still doing it. We still doing it.
It's gonna be a lot of hate, but the hate probably gonna be real for this one for real.
Yeah. Hey,
sure.
We welcome.
Man, we recording this on January 6th too, man.
Yeah.
We better make sure we strap up, man.
Hey, we gotta tell it how it is.
That's it, man.
We speak the truth. Hey. And if you rock with Jimmy Carter, then hey, man of truth. There you go.
Rest time for Jimmy Carter. Rest in peace, Jimmy Carter.
Rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. So hey, man, appreciate you guys.
And, playoffs are here, man. It's the most wonderful time of year. Now we're gonna see who's crowned the champion. Stick with us, man. Subscribe, like the videos, man. Turn your notifications on. We'll be back next week, man, to follow up with what happened in Wild Card Weekend, man. We are out of here. Peace.